Coming to your seated posture, whether it's in a chair, cross legs, half lotus or full lotus, clearing the mind, focusing on that space in between the eyebrows as you go inward. Taking that deep breath in, filling up the lungs fully and completely, retaining the breath for a second or two, and then slowly exhale as you empty out the lungs and let out the last bit of breath as you pull that belly button in towards the spine. Slowly continuing to breathe as you clear the mind and notice the breath as you go deeper into your meditation. Today we're going to review 6 of the 12 life lessons to save your life by Edith Eger. She's a clinical psychologist. She wrote the book, The Choice, her first book when she was 92 years old, and her second book, The Gift, is the one that lists the 12 life lessons to save your life. Edith is a Holocaust survivor. She was taken into Auschwitz in spring of 1944, and she lost her mother, her father, and her grandparents, and survived with her sister. She didn't deal with her loss for several years, she said, and this is her advice for everyone. Rule number 1, what now? The prison of victimhood. Edith says, victims ask, why me? Survivors ask, what now? She said, suffering is universal, but victimhood is optional. There is no way to escape being hurt or oppressed by others. The only guarantee is that no matter how kind we are, how hard we work, we are going to have pain and be affected by environmental and genetic factors over which we have little or no control. We don't get to choose what happens to us, but we do get to choose how we respond to our experience. Her example is, why did I lose my job? Why did my partner have an affair? She said that when we ask why, we are stuck searching for something or someone to blame, including ourselves. She said when we ask, what now, instead of why me, she stops focusing on why this bad thing happened or is happening and starts paying attention to what she can do with the experience. Instead, she begins to look at choices and possibilities. Edith says victimhood is rigor mortis of the past, stuck on losses and deficit. She advises to start looking at yourself and telling yourself you love yourself and show up for yourself every day. Alone doesn't mean lonely when you love yourself, she says. Rule 2, no Prozac at Auschwitz, the prison of avoidance. Edith says the opposite of depression is expression. What comes out of you doesn't make you sick, she says. What stays inside you does. She says you can't heal what you don't feel. Allow yourself to revisit the past and face the fear you have been running from for so many years. As long as you're avoiding your feelings, you shut out your reality. A feeling is just a feeling. It's not your identity. She advises to let the feelings come, let them move through you, and then let them go. Feel so you can heal. Try turning into your feelings, sit in the stillness, Name the feeling, locate that feeling in your body, and finally feel it as it dissipates. Rule number 3, all other relationships will end. The prison of self-neglect, she calls it. She explains that one of our first fears is that of abandonment. So we learn early how to get the 3 A's: attention, affection, approval. The problem, she says, is that we keep doing these things in order to feel loved. She says, you are the only one you are going to have for all lifetime. All other relationships will end. So how can you be the best, loving, unconditional, no-nonsense caregiver to yourself? She says, you have to choose love. Become kind, good, and loving to yourself. Reconnect with yourself and break the habit of abandoning yourself. Structure your time. She says time is the most important thing. Make the time to take care of yourself, inside and out. And most importantly, learn to take a compliment. You don't have to work to be loved. You just have to be you. Rule number 4, 1 butt, 2 chairs, the prison of secrets. What she means by this is that individuals are split. They have their ideal self and their real self. She says when you are authentic, you are free. Speak your secrets and reclaim your genuine self. She says reckoning and release are impossible when you keep secrets. Secrets are harmful because they create and sustain a climate of shame. Her 5th rule is no one rejects you but you. She says guilt is rooted in shame, telling you that you're not worthy. This is a pattern of thought one can get stuck in. She says remorse, however, is in the present, and it can coexist with forgiveness and freedom, because it's accepting that the past is the past, that it can't be undone, and it allows yourself to feel sad about it. She recommends you listen to your thoughts and ask, are they kind and loving? Grant yourself permission for pleasure. Love yourself. She says that loving yourself is the only foundation for health, love, and joy. And the last rule is what didn't happen, the prison of unresolved grief. Edith says that all therapy is grief work, and she says that grief is about what didn't happen. She says regret is holding on to the past, wishing to change the past. Unresolved grief turns into overwhelming rage. She recommends you use remorse to free yourself, to accept what was and is, and move on. These are our thoughts for the day. You can slowly take that deep breath in. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, nod your head right to left. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale through the nose, gently open your eyes. Namaste.